Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We are going back to that horrible world known as the JRC. But before we do the usual disclaimers, if you are unfamiliar with the Stop the Shocks campaign or the campaign against the troubled teen industry, you're going to see all the pertinent links right there in the description box. Please, in particular, take note of the article written by NeuroClastic, a small non-for-profit started by autistics for autistics. In it, they interviewed over 800 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's so-called Behavior Modification Program. Excuse me, cat photobomb. The Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read that article so much. They threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they did not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic refused, so you know the drill. Please read the article. Share on all your social media. Also included is NeuroClastic's public statement regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding just in case the JRC ever actually does see through with their threat. Trigger warning 1. When we discuss places like the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center or Agape Boarding School for Boys, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with mental health issues and disabled people being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please make sure to use your headphones. Trigger warning 2, this channel is marked not for kids for a reason. We use profanity on occasion and speak on dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger and they are watching this, very obviously, parental supervision is very much advised. Alright, so where we left off the last evening. Switching to alternative care, which, as for reasons I've already gone over with you all, not the least being the bizarre behavioral rehearsals we've gone over on this channel, the best thing they can do is put them in another facility that's sane. But as it's Massachusetts, sometimes it sucks being a nihilist. You want to be hopeful, you want to believe that they'll finally do what's right by those kids, but you just got that feeling in your gut. Don't mind me, folks. I'm going to keep fighting until my last breath, if that's how long it takes. Let's get back to where we were. The incremental switching cost of the proposed rule is the difference in the cost of using the device and the cost of alternative care. Remember what I told you yesterday, for out here, at least in my state, the folks who would be eating that cost is usually Medicare and Medicaid. So they would be the ones that would cover the cost in regards to it switching services to another entity. I'm not sure how that works out in Massachusetts, whether it's more of a private pay, whether it's something the school districts cover, because as we know, a lot of these kids are school district referrals, and those schools are usually paying that fee. I'll have to look into that at some point. But yeah, just wanted to disclose that there. Similar to Section E, we use a range of 51 to 54 as the number of individuals that would be affected under the proposed rule. If affected individuals move to a different facility for alternative care, which, by the way, would be preferable considering we know for a fact that the JRC doesn't even know how to practice any other form of care. Even what they call their positive program is more stick and carrot than it is positive behavioral reinforcement, which they still call a theory after over 30 years of being in primary use against their insanity. Just saying. Let me get back to where I was. Sorry about that. Then the switching could cost equal difference between the cost of enrolling at the affected facility and the cost of enrolling at the new facility. Massachusetts publishes its annual reimbursement for special education residential facilities, including the affected entity. Considering it is the school districts in Massachusetts who are forcing these kids into this hellhole, you have to forgive me if I don't feel sorry about the fact that they may likely have to eat the cost of sending them to the kind of facilities they should have been sending these kids to in the first place. I'm also mad because nobody at any point seemed to think that it might be a good idea to advise these parents to get a full functional behavioral assessment done. Just saying. I went to Podunk GOP Hell USA school, and they knew that I needed to be referred not just for a diagnosis, but a full functional behavioral assessment. If these idiots out here can manage to understand what kind of referrals they need to be making to your folks so that your kids get proper care, I'm sorry, but Massachusetts, one of the most progressive states in the union, does not have a single damn excuse. Not even one. So the fact that they're going to have to eat that cost, well, they wouldn't have had to do that had they not created the situation that put those kids in danger in the first place. So, no, I don't feel sorry for them at all. Just saying. For fiscal year 2023, the reimbursement for the affected entity is around $291,415 per individual. That's per school year, folks. Looks like the price has gone up over $290,000 a head. Yeah. We looked at Massachusetts reimbursement rates for other residential facilities that appear to serve similar individuals, including in-state and out-of-state facilities. Annual rates for the fiscal year of 2023 for these facilities ranged from about $165,000 to $460,000 per year. To calculate the upper bound cost associated with transferring to a different facility, we consider the case that all 54 individuals are transferred to the most expensive facility reimbursed by Massachusetts that treats SIB or aggressive behaviors, which would result in an incremental treatment cost of up to $9.2 million per year. For the lowest bound, we assume the individuals are transferred to a facility with similar costs to the affected entity, which would be equivalent to zero in an incremental cost. We request comments on this assumption. So, in other words, they have to, according to law, go over to costs, what it's going to look like for the state of Massachusetts and the school districts to be able to cover those charges to get these kids into the same facilities they should have been sent to in the first place. I understand that it's law that you have to do this, FDA. I'm just saying I don't feel remotely sorry for them. They created this mess. They have allowed it to go on with impunity for years. They, at the very least, shouldn't be complaining for having to eat the cost of their own negligence and neglect of the kids they're supposed to care for. Sorry, not sorry. We're going to go ahead and actually close on that one, folks. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few we do tend to get removed from time to time. So, folks, you know the drill. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Hit subscribe. Don't forget to hit the comments. I appreciate your time this afternoon. As always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. And as always, I'll see you again here in a few minutes. Bye-bye, everyone.